There has been a lot of really big breaking news here in Georgia over the last 24 hours, a lot of moving parts. So I wanted today just take a minute to focus in on one thing in particular, and that is that extremely concerning surveillance video that emerged yesterday. It was shown to Georgia legislators by Trump attorneys. Now, I spoke with one of the individuals seen in that video, and I will get to that in just a moment. But first, I just want to give you a recap. You've probably seen the video by now. It is surveillance footage from inside State Farm Arena in Fulton County, where suspicious containers are pulled from underneath a covered table after other poll workers leave for the night. Now, lawyers allege there appears to be ballots in those suitcases, and they question why workers appear to be counting those ballots without observers present. Here's a snippet with audio from one of the attorneys yesterday. Take a listen.
So now they're going to start pulling these ballots out from under this table. This table, the black one, was placed there by the lady with the blonde braids at about 8:22 a.m. in the morning. So she put that table there. So the same person who's staying behind now, the same person who cleared the place out under the pretense that we're going to stop counting, is the person who put the table there at 8:22 in the morning. Yeah, I saw 4 suitcases come out from underneath the table. Yeah, upper right hand, you see the gentleman in the red. So he just pulled one out. So what are these ballots doing there, separate from all the other ballots? And why are they only counting them whenever the place is cleared out with no witnesses? How many ballots went through those machines in those 2 hours when there was no one there to supervise, to be present, consistent with your statutes and rules, to supervise the tabulation? We believe that could easily be, and probably is certainly, beyond the margin of victory in this race.
Now, I spent much of last night trying to identify and track down the individuals in that footage and speak with them directly. And one woman has, as I mentioned, in fact, been identified. It's a lady, again, by the name of Ruby Freeman. She refers to herself as Lady Ruby. A quick check of Ruby's social media confirmed for me that she is, in fact, one of those 4 people in this video. She's seen here in the purple shirt, and a photo she posts of herself that day on her Facebook show her wearing that same shirt. Now, in going through her social media, it does appear her daughter, whose name is Shay, is her election supervisor.
I have a new supervisor. Y'all wanna know who my supervisor is over here? It's my daughter. But I just do what she say do. It's her show, baby. It's her show. I do what she say do, and I just get it done.
You could hear the lawyer refer to the woman who moves that table into the room as the one with blonde braids. And you can see in this photo here, Ruby posts an article from the AJC that featured her daughter, and she references her daughter in that photo, who also happens to have long blonde braids. So if that's the case, which it appears to be, then 2 of the 4 people in the room that night were this mother-daughter duo. Now, also on her social media, she has a couple of questionable posts, and they're important for context. In these posts, Ruby expresses her support for Joe Biden and what appears to be her disdain for President Trump. Does that mean she committed fraud? No, it doesn't. But it is important for context as we see how this plays out for the next several of days. Now, as I mentioned, I did reach out to Ruby to get a comment directly from her to hear her side of the story. I wanted to ask her, were in fact those ballots in the suitcases? Were you guys counting those ballots after other poll workers went home? And if so, why? Well, Ruby initially said to me that she responded. She said she was getting a lot of negative comments, and she agreed to do an interview with me to tell her side of the story. She even screenshotted some of those comments that she said she's been getting. You can see them here. But about 45 minutes or so, I guess, after that, she reversed her decision, unfortunately, and she said it's probably best for her not to do an interview with me at this time. She said she really needed to focus on getting a lawyer. So this is snowballing really quickly. I'm sure that Ruby and her daughter feel that as well. She and her daughter have a lot of questions to answer from, obviously the press and the public are interested in hearing from them, but more importantly than that, I think at this point is investigators will probably have some questions and need some clarification there. As soon as I learn more, I'll be sure to pass that along to you. Obviously a lot of breaking news here in Georgia on a lot of fronts, and I know there's a lot of moving parts, so I'll do my best to keep you guys informed as that news continues to break in the days and weeks to come. So have a great weekend. We'll see you soon.